Brett, SlayerX. Just wanted to touch base on something that's really important to me, and it means a lot to me. As you all know, this coming Sunday is Father's Day, and happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there. My story is a difficult one, but it's one that I think sheds light on a bigger problem, something that the media isn't really talking about. People are shuffling under the table. They're not dealing with it. And that is that there are literally thousands, if not millions, of fathers out there in this world that want to be there for their kids, but can't be. And they didn't do anything to deserve that. Personally, I have no criminal background, no record, never been in trouble, and always been a good kid. And I was a good dad when I was allowed to be. I pay child support. I don't get to see my kid. And the court systems are very sexist. They award, default custody to the mother. Oftentimes, if you try to seek legal counsel as a father, you're basically told that it's an uphill battle, that you won't win, to not go for custody, just go for visitation. And even that can cost you thousands of dollars. You usually have to file in the county where the mother is located. So if the mother takes off, goes to a different state, goes to a different county, away from your work, away from your school, whatever it may be, it can be nearly impossible for you to take the time off of work, to spend the money you need to go down there and do that, on top of the child support you've already paid for. I grew up, my biological dad killed my mom and my grandpa over a heated custody dispute where he wasn't allowed to see me. And there's nothing right about that. There's no way you can justify that. But I often think about that, and I say, you know what, if I wasn't used as a weapon of revenge, or I wasn't kept from my dad, I wonder if that would have ever happened. I wonder if it would have gone there. Then on top of that, my baby's mom has kept my son from me for over 10 years. I never did anything to deserve that. In fact, I kept her alive. She didn't take her insulin when she was pregnant. My son was born a month early with underdeveloped lungs and an underdeveloped heart. She tried to kill herself, and me and the kid, several times, had to try and get her mental health help. She went and lived with a 3-time convicted chomo and meth head. And that was supposedly okay, even though he was violating his parole, and he had more parental rights than I did. So the system's broken, and her mom, my baby's mom's mom, kept her brother from her brother's dad, and told her to do the same thing to me. So it's a disease. It's a horrible disease. 63% of youth suicides are from fatherless children. You've got 90% of homeless and runaway children are from fatherless homes. You've got 80% of rapists with anger problems come from fatherless homes. You have 71% of all high school dropouts are from fatherless homes. Kids are much more likely to go to jail, to have substance abuse problems if they don't have a father. And you can say, well, he has an adopted father, or she has an adopted father. There's no substitute for your biological parent. I know that. And I think that a lot of adopted kids will tell you the same thing. You talk about abandonment issues, depression, mental illness. A lot of that comes from things like that. Fathers, every day I read about another father that committed suicide because he wasn't able to see his kid. And oftentimes he did nothing wrong. He paid his child support, he tried to be there. But when it costs someone over $5,500 to file for custody and obtain a lawyer for a battle that they're told that they most surely will probably lose, you can see why fathers get upset. You can see why fathers give up. And, people can say what they want. They can say, well, fathers are more likely to walk out on their kids. They can say, well, fathers are more likely to abuse their kids. This is fact or whatever. You can't lump someone in by their gender. That's sexist. It doesn't matter what you try to do to say that that's okay. It's not okay. And I recently read a feminist article. I'll put it in some of the links to some of these facts in that article, in with the video. And I was surprised because a lot of feminists will say that the mother is the natural nurturer. that she should be the one to get default custody. That goes against everything that they talk about when they talk about equality. If you're going to have equality, you can't pick and choose what equality you want and what benefits your gender and what doesn't. Equality is equality. And seeing your kid is a basic human right. And unless you do something to endanger that kid or if that kid's well-being, or you have a long criminal history that would prevent you from being a good father or show that you're not a good father, you should have the right to see your son or your daughter, especially if you pay child support. This system is broken. It needs to get fixed in America because fathers like me struggle with depression. We struggle every day that we wake up knowing that we're missing years of our kids' lives because that kid is being used as a weapon of revenge by a woman that knows how to play the system. Fix it, America. It's about time.